Hey Aries, and welcome to this reading, a look at your year ahead 2026. And this card came flying out, the Three of Swords. And so this last year could have been a really tough year, and you've been going through the emotional pain, any heartache, could be feelings of betrayal, but there's definitely some heart healing showing here that you've been going through. We're just coming out of a 9-year and a year of the snake, and so it's been a shedding year, releasing those things that don't serve us. And so with that, there's going to be some pain, there's going to be some heartbreak as we shift. And we're moving into a 1 year, a year of new beginnings, and the year of the fire horse. So this is movement forward. So in this reading, I'm going to be having a look at each month. It's going to be a real deep dive into any messages and what you're moving towards, and this coming flying out. So the 10 of Cups, this is what you're moving towards, your emotional fulfillment. From the heartache, from the pain, to filling your cup up and having that emotional fulfillment, and how you picture the future being, that's what you're walking towards. So I get physically moved, guided, given messages, and I'll pass them on to you. And because it's going to be such a deep dive, there's going to be lots of information coming through. I'm going to put a link below where you can get an overview of each month and the themes, the opportunities, the challenges that come up. So you can keep returning to this video or keep returning to the sheet and see what's coming up in the near future, or reflect on the months that have gone. And I was given these 3 cards as something from the past, something that you're moving away from. And so here we have Death, the 4 of Wands, and the Page of Cups. And so this is a real transformation, and a transformation of your security, what you've known. This is you really going through some sort of emotional rebirth. This is your foundations being shaken, and through it you're going through a deep transformation. There may have been false celebrations. Things might have felt stable, and then there was a sudden shift, and what you've known is no longer there. And so you're moving forward, having to leave this in the past. And I'm being given, this is for your path forward, these cards. And we have Strength and the Wheel of Fortune. So moving forward, you're being guided to tap into that inner strength, to move forward with patience and empowered as well. And this is the turning of the wheel. And so this is closing out karmic loops, karmic cycles. This is you moving towards your destiny in this new year. The Wheel of Fortune is a 10, and so this is you moving into that 10. And this is also about luck and right timing. And so this could be a really lucky year, definitely, with the 10 of Cups showing this is you reaching a destined turning point in your life. Even if it was really hard and there were things that fell away that were your security and felt stable, and it was a surprise. This is you moving forward with the strength that you have inside, and tapping into that strength, letting that guide you through the challenges, and trusting the path forward, trusting that the wheel does turn, and that you will reach your emotional fulfillment. This is you being asked to tap into your heart-centered courage. Okay, so now I'm being given cards to put out for each month. Just move these. Yeah, they're not going to be in order as wherever I'm guided to put the cards, but there will be at least one for each month. Okay, straight away, starting with January, so I'll turn January over. And here we have the Nine of Wands. And so the Nine of Wands really showing that 9th year that you've been through. It's that wounded warrior and really feeling it, been through it. That Three of Swords energy of feeling that pain, that hurt. This is nearing that completion and stepping out of the last year into this new year. This is you feeling bruised and like you've been through it, but you've survived. You made it through the difficulty. This is you moving through any heartbreak, disappointment, and soul level grief is what I'm getting through. And you might be feeling exhausted as you're stepping into this new year, but you're also not giving up. You're standing there with that strength as the calendar has moved into a new year, and you're taking on those battle scars to the completion and trusting. I'm being given a message about listening and listening to that resilience that's within you that's made it through this. Look back at how far you've come is the message. Okay, and I'm being guided to move on to February. So here for February, we have the Ace of Swords. And so this is you in February moving on to those new beginnings, moving forward with a bit of clarity, a bit of insight, and being able to really cut the cord, to release anything from the past that you've needed to let go. You've made it through, you've been through the difficult times, and this is you cutting away anything that doesn't need to come forward on the journey. I'm being given with the sword, there's a lot of weight on your shoulder. There's a lot that you've been carrying forward that needs to be released. A lot of responsibility that you've taken on that isn't necessarily yours. And so this is you recognizing that at this ending of a cycle, at this end of a chapter and stepping into a new beginning, this is you needing to release and cut away anything that doesn't need to come with you, moving forward with your truth and your sovereignty. I'm being given something that you need to listen to on this month, and I'm being given two cards. Here we have the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups. And so this really is looking at following your heart, listening to your heart as you move forward. This is also you moving into emotional mastery. And so this month isn't just about getting through it. It's really about showing up as your higher self in the emotional realm. This is you putting a hand on your own shoulder and saying, you've done the inner work and now it's time for you to move forward. Moving forward with that emotional sovereignty and staying calm in the midst of chaos, any chaos. You're being guided to listen to your heart over any ego and let that guide you forward. And this is also about listening to any healing. There's heart healing that you've been going through. So listening to any emotions that come up, allow them to come up and whatever you're healing will bring peace in its place. This is finding harmony again and letting your heart guide you. So moving on to March, the card for March here. And so this is again with the swords of the previous month, the sword of February. This is a clearing of the old and the scales tipping in your favor. This again is about releasing any cords of the past and it's about honoring your truth. And so the real message here is that to trust the divine, that the balance is going to be tipped in your favor. There's a restore of balance here. But with that, you need to honor your truth. You need to lead with your truth and you need to make sure that you honor the inner work that you've been doing. I'm being given another card and I'm being given the message trust and something close to your heart. And so here with the 8 of Pentacles, this could be a month where you take up a hobby. There's something new that you're working on and something that you're being guided to really trust moving forward. So it might be that you've taken up a hobby and you've got into a bit of comparison and you think this might not be, I might not be able to reach that level. There might be some doubt, but really coming through loud and clear saying that you need to trust and follow where your heart is leading you and trust those hobbies that you're being pulled towards. That even if this is you shifting from a career into a hobby and you're like, I can't see how it will pay the bills. This is you being guided to still follow that love and that joy. And it's a real up leveling of you and stepping into some mastery here. Okay, and I'm being guided to April. So here in April, we have the Page of Pentacles. And so April, this is you planting the seeds. Now this could be around your hobby. This is you having cleared out and having cleared that heaviness and the stuff from the past, whether from past year or longer. And so now you're being asked to dream. And what are the seeds that you want to plant? This is around this being near to springtime, and this often seen as the actual new year. So the perfect time to start planting those seeds that you want to grow. And so you're being asked here to dream big and ground in any new beginnings. This is you setting any intentions forward. And you're doing so from that clear slate from the previous month. You've cleared out anything that doesn't need to come with you. So now it's time to commit to a vision. This is a time for you to dream and to dream big and feel it in the now. If you write out your intentions for the next year, write them in the present tense and really feel them as if they're already there and you're informing the universe. And as you step forward, step by step, you'll see that things are being drawn towards you, those signs, synchronicities. Follow all those signs. Be patient, be present, and all of your dreams are starting to be magnetized towards you. This again is a student card, and so we saw in the previous month, this is about some potentially new hobbies or up leveling an old hobby or taking it to a next step. This is you really grabbing the ball and going with it. This is you moving forward with that and learning through doing. This is you really focusing your energy. There's something that you need to listen to on this month. And so here, what you need to listen to is the star. And so this is listening to your heart is what I'm getting. There's been lots that you've been holding back or holding back that needs to be released. This is you restoring your hope, and not just hope that things will work out. This really feels like reconnecting with your inner light. This feels like you connecting with your power within and really being able to see light at the end of the tunnel where it might have been dark for a long time. This is you seeing life through fresh eyes. This is about deep healing and seeing a renewed way of seeing the world. There's another card for this month and something that you can see in the future on the horizon. And here, the Two of Wands. And so this really is you looking out onto the horizon and seeing that how you want things to look, planting those intentions and starting to see them take shape already. This is amazing. This is real movement in April. This is you moving forward towards your purpose and manifestation, past these karmic clearings and these soul cycle endings, to how you see the world, what you want to birth. And so here in May, the card for May is the Eight of Wands. And with the Eight of Wands, it brings real momentum, a real shift. And so this is moving from starting to see or starting to think of how you want everything to take shape, to bam, the next month is moving. And this is quick movement. This is hold on, because there's so much happening movement. And I'm being given these two cards as tools in your pocket. This is something that you need to know that you have at your disposal while you're moving through everything that's going on. And so here we have the Queen of Swords and Judgment. And so this is you needing to know that this is you following your truth. This is you being able to express your truth to everyone around you and being able to cut through the chaos. This is you being able to handle the speed and the movement, because you're able to cut through the noise. You're able to know that this is your soul's evolution. This is you rising in that rebirth energy. This is a new you. And you can move through this fast moving energy because you know that you're being carried to your soul's purpose and what's right for you. This is things really taking shape and you're seeing them happening. This is a big moving forward. We saw that Wheel of Fortune, and this is that movement forward. It's a release from the past whilst leveling up and moving forward. There's something else that you need to listen to on this month. And so here you need to listen to the Six of Wands. This again is moving forward, and I'm getting fire horse energy vibes here. This is moving forward towards your victory, towards what you deserve, you getting your recognition and moving forward an empowered new version of you. Moving forward with faith and following your heart. Okay, so here a card for June. June is that completion. We have the Ten of Swords. And so this is a clearing. This is releasing the past, releasing things that you've been carrying for you. This can be painful endings, but it's necessary endings. Is you taking that rebirth energy from the Judgment card, removing the swords from your back, standing up, and knowing that the sun rises after this ending, and so that joy is coming. I'm being given trust, the releasing the past and moving forward, no longer held back by the past. And I'm being given two cards here. Again, two cards that are tools in your pocket. And here we have the Two of Cups and the King of Swords. And so this is you being in alignment and finding soul level relationships. This again is you using that sword that's come up so many times, using it to let the truth guide you, to communicate your truth, to stand in your authority, and especially in soul aligned connections and relationships. This is heart-centered connections, and maybe there are people or things coming up from the past that might be a bit of a test from the universe, but you're standing in your sovereignty and knowing which partnerships are meant for you. You're meeting those people now, and this is you moving forward into those new relationships, those relationships that are balanced and in harmony, and the relationships that you deserve. I'm getting a message about listening to those connections. So following those connections that are in balance, are in harmony, and are meant for you. And so I'm being guided now to move on to July. And here in July, we have the Ace of Wands. And so this is you moving forward. Again, another clear out, another ending through or up leveling a new stage of healing in the previous month. And then starting straight away with a new beginning. And this is you finding your spark. This is you lighting the flame within. This is you following your passions, following your heart. This could be a creative project. This could be passion within a relationship. But this is you moving forward with something that really fires you up. And it's a soul level activation. This is you really lighting up. And this is also you connecting with your inner power. This is you connecting with that inner light and moving forward empowered. I'm also being given the message to really listen. And so this, if there's confusion, if there's energy of not knowing which path to take, if there's a time where you're not sure what to do, if there's difficult decisions and choices, you're being guided to listen to what really lights you up. Let that light your way. Okay, and next we've got August. So the card for August, we have the Hanged Man. And so the Hanged Man is a time to pause. You're being asked in August. There's been lots of clearing and lots of releases and lots of up leveling and lots that's been growing. But now you're being asked to pause, to take that time to reflect, and also to release and surrender any control. You've planted the seeds and they've been taking shape. And so this is a time for you to get a new perspective and to let go of any rigid ways of thinking and doing things. I'm getting that this is also a time for spiritual connection. And so this could be a time when your spirit guides are coming through loud and clear. This could be you're being guided to take some time to meditate, shamanic journey, to really connect with your guides and see what guidance is available to you. This is also you taking all of the growth that you've been through over the last year, this year, and you're really up leveling, whether that's in your spiritual practices, whether it's spiritual gifts coming on. This is you really recognizing how far you've come and really in an energy of using that for your benefit and other people's benefit. You're seeing that up level, that the reason behind everything that you've been through in the past. Yeah. And there's something close to your heart on this month, and here it's Judgment. So amazing. This, like I said, is your soul's growth. This is you again recognizing that this is a new you. This is a real awakening, and again, spiritual gifts could be coming online here. This is you really understanding why this was all necessary for you to up level, to grow through it. Okay, so I'm being guided to September, and specifically this is about speech and communication. So in September, the card here, we have the 10 of Wands. And so this is where you might have fallen into a pattern of carrying too much. This is where you might be taking on too much responsibility, and you're being guided to ask for support. You don't have to carry it all alone. And so around communicating with the 10 of Wands, this is about asking for help when needed. It's about not carrying the weight and not feeling like you have to push forward and to keep doing, and supporting others without supporting yourself or without asking for help. And so this is a month where you might have been silencing your own needs, and it's really important as you step into this new year that you recognize any times that repeated pattern keeps coming up again, where you're trying to be too self-sufficient and you're carrying the burden of not just other people's responsibilities, but also other people's expectations, and maybe suppressing your voice and your needs. And so this is a month where the invitation is to put down the load and reclaim your right to express and speak your honesty. Ask for help when you need it. Okay, being guided to October. So we're on October now, and here we have the 2 of Pentacles. And with the 2 of Pentacles, this is you moving from that 10 of Wands that we saw to finding that harmony, that balance. You've spoken your truth. You've been able to ask for support. And now you're moving into balance. And having that imbalance, you're in alignment and you're able to dance and go with the flow of life. This is you moving past any risk of emotional exhaustion to you finding things at ease, balancing responsibilities and finding the path forward easy. There is still a challenge here, and I'm being given the message trust. So the challenge here, turning it over. Here, King of Cups. And so the challenge here, we saw the King of Cups right at the start of the year. And so this is you being asked to make sure that you balance your emotions. This is honoring your emotions. If there's any uncertainty that comes up, you're being given the message to trust the path forward. You might have got day-to-day tasks, you might have got responsibilities balanced and in order, but just pay attention to your emotions, to your emotional regulation. Make sure that you're not pushing emotions aside, ignoring things, or not expressing when there's emotions that come up. The challenge here is, are you going to ignore how you feel? Are you going to ignore those emotions? Or are you going to honor that depth of that wisdom and any intuition? This is where in the past, you might have suppressed feelings, you might have suppressed emotions, but you're really being guided to honor those, let them come up and express them where needed. Yeah, being given some real confirmation on that. So here I'm being guided to November. So the card for November is the 10 of Pentacles. And so this is the seeds that you planted. This is everything that you've been working towards, really taking shape, and you're seeing it. This is you moving forward with those dreams coming true. You're fully in alignment. You've seen the balance that you're in from the previous month, and you're moving forward with that balance. And when you do that, everything that you dreamt of, everything that you put out there, that you ask the universe for with those strong intentions, is being magnetized in. This is really when everything, and I'm being given the message, when you've been trusting your intuition forward, everything's fallen in place. Everything's been moving with ease as you've been moving with the flow of the universe, trusting that inner guidance. And this is where it's got you, to the 10 of Pentacles. So this is a time for you to enjoy that abundance. And that's the only card for this month, being guided to December. And so this is the last month of the year. Last month of the year. And here we have the 5 of Cups. And so this is a chance to look back on the past year. This is a chance to look back at both the things that were difficult and a challenge. The full release of everything didn't really happen, and the full healing didn't really happen until halfway through the year. It was a gradual step-by-step process where you are up-leveling and then releasing and up-leveling again. And it's been a process throughout this. And so there's been tough times and there's been good times. And so this is a guidance to reflect on that year. Look at how far you've come. To recognize the 3 cups that were knocked over, but also to remember that there's the cup standing, and that is what you've built over this last year. That's what you've manifested. This is how far you've come, and this is something that you should be proud of, and something that you should move into 2027 knowing that you're moving even further. even further. You're moving even further up that spiral, up the up leveling. I'm being given that on December, this is about an extra level of heart healing. We've been seeing healing throughout the year, and so something big happened in the last year, something that has taken a long time to heal and move forward with, but this really is a new level of that healing, and you're feeling that peace, you're feeling that healing now. This is deep soul level healing. Okay, that's all of the reading from the tarot's perspective. Whoa. And I didn't even get a chance to shuffle it much. This card came flying out. And so here, from the Shaman's Dream, is number 17, Intentionality, Eye of the Needle. And so 17 here. And Strength was one of the cards, the themes of the year, moving forward, and that's another 8. So 17, Eye of the Needle, intentionality, clarity, positive outcomes. If you look through the eye of the needle, what do you see? Summon the experience of being so singularly focused on the task ahead that it becomes natural to remove everything that is superfluous, every distraction, every non-essential, so that you can succeed. What is, in this case, the definition of success? In order for the threading of the needle to happen, everything not in alignment with your goal needs to go. This is the only way you'll get what you need. Shrewd discernment, the willingness to winnow down the needle thread connection to its essence. The eye of the needle looks so tiny, but once your intention threads through it, a vast opportunity is presented on the other side. The needle can mend, it can sew things together to make something meaningful and new. You're experiencing success right now. Stay true to your desires, to the work you need to accomplish, so you are laser focused on the experience of creating and manifesting. The outcome is assured by divine forces. So an amazing card to finish this reading on, and you can really feel it, that this is about you clearing out and healing from the past hurts and focusing your intentions, focusing your sights, getting through it, going through level after level of healing and reaching what you dreamed of. Thank you so much for joining me on this. Please don't forget to like and to subscribe. Sending love. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.